having trouble sleeping? Well, I suppose I can talk with you for a little while. Anything for you. So, what is on your mind? Anything in particular? I bet you have a lot going on in that pretty little head of yours. I wish I could say I do not understand, but unfortunately I am the same way. My mind is always preoccupied with things, many of which are unwanted thoughts. It is as if they come up out of nowhere, said by someone else. Like I'm being channeled. Someone wanting me to do rather troublesome things. Have you ever had thoughts like that? I believe they are referred to as intrusive or impulsive thoughts. They can be very unnerving. Sometimes I wonder if they are thoughts I truly do wish to act upon, but I try to bury them. That makes me worry. My apologies. It seems I went off on a rather upsetting tangent. Forgive me. I can talk about something else if you like. For instance, I can talk about you. Would you like that? No need to be shy. I could talk about you forever if I wanted to. Your perfectly tinted cheeks, your soft lips, and your breathtaking eyes. Sometimes it is so overwhelming, I have to give myself a moment to regain my composure. Sometimes I get lost in your gaze, it is so powerful. The way the light shines against your eyes, the way your lashes provide a perfect veil, almost to protect them from being seen by anyone else. That is how I like it. I want to be the veil that protects your beauty. I don't want anyone else to be close enough to see it. You were mine, and mine alone. I would like to keep it that way. You know, I have a lot of thoughts like this while I'm at work. It can be a little, distracting, to say the least, but I cannot help it. You are just all I think about. I have to do my best not to let it get to me. I do not want my patients to grow wary of me. Usually I can make myself feel better by reminding myself that you will be here for me when I clock out. But then I just get a little excited to leave, so it does not always work. Do not get me wrong, I love my job. I feel like everyone deserves to see how beautiful the world can be. I feel it is not fair to have to be limited in such a way, to have to tolerate your body's flaws. So I want to do what I can to help those who come to me. I never really had the chance to see an eye doctor growing up, so I was pretty much stuck with the glasses I had for quite a while. I was not able to see an eye doctor myself until I started living on my own, and that was when I took an interest in such a career. I did not realize how important such doctors were, so I thought about becoming one myself. And while I am grateful to be such, I am also most grateful because I got to meet you. I do still feel a bit guilty for, giving you the wrong glasses on purpose, as it goes against what I said before. But knowing that it got me here, well, it makes me happy. Now my darling can be with me all day and night. I love lying here next to you like this. It makes me feel calm, at ease, like I can rest without a single worry. You always do that to me. It's one of the many wonderful things about you. You have a particular aura, energy about you that just makes me feel, well, Happy. See, look how happy I am. And now I get to experience this kind of happiness every day with no one to take you away from me. Isn't that wonderful? You know, before I met you, I was a very different person. I was much darker than I am now. I used to be filled with those thoughts I talked about earlier. Every little thing made me panic and want to do bad things. Everything made me worry. I used to think I should lock myself away and never face the public, or else. But then I met you. You brought light to my darkness. You made me feel something that I never had the pleasure of experiencing. I actually wanted to wake up in the morning. I wanted to feel alive. To breathe, to have a pulse. That's why you mean so much to me. You saved me. I could never let anything happen to you. I love you. I need you. I won't let anyone take you from me. And if they try... No, I don't need to tell you that. Just know that I won't ever let it happen. Alright, dear? I suppose I've been a bit, broken for a while now. There are a lot of things I've noticed about myself over the years. And not exactly, well, normal. I think I may have taught myself to ignore these things in an attempt to fix them. It is a very unhealthy coping mechanism, but I'm not exactly sure what to do about it now. There was a certain person who made me want to hide a bit. It was not his fault, but he was one of the first people I ever got close to. I was not used to interacting with others, so I did not think about how people would react to my quirks. I did a lot of things that came off as odd to the average person, so he did not take it very well. Even though I kept my more dangerous feelings to myself, I still scared him. I did not understand it at the time, but I see now how I could have worried him so much. I still have those habits now, honestly. I do not think Sherbet has caught on to them yet, thankfully. But I do worry how he would respond to the truth about me. The uncontrollable feelings I have. The sounds I hear and the visions I have. It is all a bit too much, even for myself to handle, let alone someone close to me. It scares myself a bit sometimes. That is why I do not blame that person for leaving me the way he did. I likely would have done the same thing. I might just be a lost cause. Sorry, I suppose I said something rather troublesome again. Perhaps I should have kept that to myself. Are you comfortable? Not too cold? Here, let me get closer. There we go. Now we can feel each other's warmth better. Don't be embarrassed. This is fine. You feel so warm. So soft against me. Your skin is always pleasing to the touch. It makes me breathless. The way you press up against me is No, now is not the time for that. But just know that you never fail to make my heart race. You know, the other day I was thinking about something involving you. Curious? Yes, well, I let my mind wander a bit, and I was wondering about how you would look if I dressed you up. You always dress so comfortably, so that is typically the clothes I try to buy for you. But what if I gave you something different to wear? Maybe something like what I wear? A nice dress shirt and tie or necklace. Maybe a suit jacket. I bet you would look absolutely dashing. Perhaps that is a bit too stiff. I suppose my business style of dress has gotten the better of me. Maybe something less dressy, like a nightgown. A nice light color would look lovely with your wonderful eyes. Some long socks to go with. Perhaps made of lace. I'm sure it would suit you well. You could pick whatever color you like, though I am biased to reds and dark hues. Maybe I should look into it. I think I know of a store down the street that might have what I'm looking for. I was there the other day, looking for snacks for you. How were they, by the way? I know how much you like them. Well, I suppose you never told me directly, but I had my ways of finding out the things you like. You see, I know all about you. Your favorite foods, your hobbies, things you dislike. I am very well versed when it comes to my precious darling. You are the most important thing in my life, after all. You make me whole. Then again, I do have other things that bring me joy. You know, like my cat, Sherbert. You know, he did the cutest thing the other day. I had bought some yarn, remember, for the scarf I made you? He found the leftovers. He insisted that he did not want it, but later on I heard something from the next room over, and he was all tangled up in it. He is such a cute young man. I wonder, though, what he is up to when he wanders the streets. I worry about him. He always comes back home, but sometimes I think about what I would do if he didn't. Maybe he found a new place to stay. Or maybe he wanted a few nights to himself. Maybe even, God forbid, something happened to him. I try not to think about things such as that. He always assures me that he'll find his way home. But sometimes my mind wanders a bit too far. There I go again, rambling on in a negative world. Let me change the subject. Oh, looks like someone is finally getting sleepy. I suppose my rambling is paying off then. Just relax and let me talk you to sleep. About the scarf I made you. Have you ever used a loom before? I have a couple different plastic ones. It seems complicated, but it's actually quite easy once you learn the pattern. You get caught up in the easy flow of the yarn. Next thing you know, you have a project. Because of the way you work your hands, you get into a groove and you can let your mind wander. I spent the whole time thinking about you. About how I wanted to keep that lovely skin of yours warm. I thought about how the color would look with your eyes, and thought about the wonderful expressions I would see when I gave it to you. It truly made me elated. I love making you happy, you know. Seeing your smile. Truly does bring me joy. The way your eyes light up when you're happy is almost too much for my heart to take. You know, I want to do whatever I can to keep you comfortable here, so I'm always on the lookout for things to give you. Whenever I think of a gift you might like, I write it down somewhere so I can refer back to it in my free time. Sometimes when I am out, I look around for things to occupy your time. Like I said, I know all about the things you like to do, so I spend a lot of time trying to come up with ways to keep you from getting bored while you are home alone. Well, Sherbet might be here, but I can assure you that he is more than just a small task to handle. But I do get a bit out of hand sometimes, though. Occasionally I buy things for you, even if I am unsure if you would like it or not. I have, a collection of things I thought about trying on you. Well, I suppose I should not go too far into detail about that. I, have some surprises for you. Let us put it that way. But I will not spoil anything. Anyhow, did I already mention how much I love Sherbet? Because it is a lot. Not that he could ever take me from you, but he is one of the best things in my life. He is such a good boy, so innocent and cute, but so vulnerable at the same time. He can be an independent man on occasion, but he's also a little bit of an airhead. What if someone tries to snatch him up or something? If someone offered him food, he would gladly take it. What if someone poisons him? I only think about these kinds of things because I would personally try them. Not on him, of course. I meant on you. But I ended up not needing to, so it is fine. I got you where I wanted you without any harm being brought to you, so all is well. You know, I didn't expect my trick to work, but I figured trying not to be too complex might make things go my way. And I was right. Here you are. I really am happy to have you here with me. Every time I touch you, I'm reminded of how much I love you. How much I need you. I honestly couldn't live without you, darling. When I think about what my life would be without you with me, I get antsy. My hands start shaking and my head starts spinning. I get those thoughts again and I panic. I think about hurting people. I think about who might be out there looking at you, talking to you, and God forbid touching you. No, I could never let that happen. Never. You're mine. You belong to me. You know that, yes? I have said it plenty of times. You can't ever let anyone else look at you. No one is allowed to be interested in you. I forbid it. You mustn't ever let that happen. Got it? Well, not that you have to worry about that now that you're with me. Yes, here with me. Isn't that wonderful? We'll be together, just like we are supposed to be. No one to separate us or intervene. A perfect paradise, just for the two of us, where I can do anything I please at any given time. Yes. Absolutely perfect. I get to cook you your favorite meals, sing you your favorite songs, everything. All for you, dear. I really do love you, more than anyone else. Simply talking about the things I could do with you makes my heart beat loudly in my chest. Can you feel it? We're so close. I could stay like this for ages, you know. Just pressed closely to my darling. The feeling is simply divine. How lovely. My dear, I love you. I love you so much. Please never leave me. I love you. Are you finally dozing off, darling? Good, good. I'll leave you be for now. Rest well, dear. And remember, you are mine.